listening to Sports Talk 916 with Greg Bull and Coach Greg Veroza.
If you'd like to participate in this show and listen live, there's a number of ways to do it. You can go to the Mixlr app, or you can follow us on Facebook Live every Sunday. You can also go on the wildfireradio.com website and listen to us Tuesdays at 3 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Pacific. And if you want to contact us, head over to our website at sportstalk916.com. There you'll find all of our social media feeds, bonus after-hours content that you won't hear anywhere else.
Go.
Hello. How's it going? It's Sunday night. It's Sunday, so that means you're at Sports Talk 916, never at the same time. We always challenge you guys to follow us and find out where we are.
We're testing your notification settings is what we're doing.
Right. Yeah, it's episode 228. My name is Coach Greg. Right there is Mr. Chief.
You almost did it.
I almost did. I caught myself.
You set yourself up for it and you almost failed. Ryan, shut up. It is about time. I know.
I did it. And together we're the two-headed monsters of Greg that we call Sports Talk 916. How you doing, man?
I am good. How are you?
Good. I had a nice, relaxing day. Started off at River's Edge.
Nice.
Love their stuffed hash browns.
Speaking of stuffed hash browns, Ryan's on.
Hey, Ryan, man.
Ryan is the front-end concierge, we'll call him for tonight, at Cafe Lumiere.
Oh.
His brother's one that owns it, and their stuffed hash browns actually rival River's Edge.
Oh, they're better. I like theirs better because they got a little bit of a kick to them. But
there you go. But they're right down the street.
Yeah, River's Edge is a little easier to get to this morning, and so then spent a nice relaxing day watching football. Watched the little Niners. First time I really watched the Niners since about week 2.
Sucks for you.
I know, right? And switch back and forth from that to the Chiefs Raiders game because I got a bunch of Chiefs on my fantasy team.
Right.
And
what's up, Danny?
That's about it. How about you, man?
Chilled. Went out last night for a friend's birthday party, for a birthday. Went out to a Coin Op and went to Bike Dog Brewery and somewhere else, Tank House.
That's where I got the notification that you were nearby. Yeah,
so it was cool, nice low key night, and then just kind of hung out and watched some football today. Helped reorganize the bedroom. The wife's been doing some projects in the house, painting some nightstands and shelves and stuff like that. So we got those in and got it all set up. Good. And
oh yeah, I did it. We had our company Christmas party at Mix downtown last night too.
Yeah, we were downtown too.
I know, that's why I got that notification. You were nearby, yeah. So drinking big boy drinks too. I was drinking old fashions.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. My head felt like it was old fashioned.
Speaking of old, I gotta put my glasses on because I can't see the fucking Jack box.
I looked for mine too. I couldn't find them.
It's bad, dude. It's getting really bad.
And you're 20 years younger than I am too, so.
Jog to a lift. Yeah. Ryan and I last night had to jog like 6 blocks to find our lift.
Really?
Who didn't even show up. We had to call a different one. That was stupid. So I were telling me that Wentz towards ACL. Yep, that's what we're hearing too.
Yeah, that's what we're hearing. That sucks for them. So that puts them in trouble. So anyway, it was a good week of football. Strange week of football. A lot of weird scores. A lot of weird winners and upsets and stuff like that.
Snow.
Really? Was there snow?
If you listen to Andrew Siciliano, you wouldn't have known.
Big ears. I saw that guy on NFL Network or something the other day. Dude has some ears.
Right. I thought I had big ears.
His he really looks like he's out of what is it, the
Big Ear League?
Or what is it, the Ring of whatever? Or
I don't know, but I can see. Big show today, though. We have a lot to talk about, so we're going to jump right into
it. Let's
do it. Let's start off with... I wanted to talk originally about how the Kings are misusing the D-League.
Why do you think they're misusing the D-League?
Okay, so I guess we will talk about it.
I don't think they are. I think they're making good use of it.
So I think the use that they're making of it is stupid. And the reason for that is they continue to send Scal and Justin Jackson and, they're talking about sending Willie down now. And there's a whole bunch of guys they keep sending back and forth. But the way that I look at it is this team is not built to win. This team's not going to win. And the only way that those young guys are going to get better is by playing good competition. Right now, sending them down to the D League, in my opinion, is giving them a false sense of security. They go down and they're playing guys like me and you that are never, ever going to make it to the big leagues.
Right.
And then they put up like 27-12 or whatever it was. Scout had 26-17 in his first game down there. Then he comes up here and looks like a piece of shit today against Toronto, who only has one big man in Bismack Biyombo. It's giving these guys this false sense of security that, hey, I'm still a good basketball player. And it's funny that Ryan's on here because Ryan will know exactly where I'm coming from because we've spent our entire childhood playing basketball against one another. And when we play each other, we would get to the point where like we basically like counterbalance each other. One of us would have a good day, the other one would have a bad, and we would alternate them. Like there was never a long sustained period of like total dominance. But then we would play together against older kids down the street, and we would get our asses kicked 9 times out of 10. But eventually we got better and started beating the older kids. We did that by playing the older kids and getting our asses handed to us to learn from our mistakes. We didn't get our asses kicked by those guys and then go down the street to the 5-year-olds and go, hey, we're going to play you guys 2-on-2, beat them by 100 points, and then go, all right, we're ready for the big kids. It doesn't work that way. To me, it's big brother, little brother in the NBA right now with the G League. They keep sending these guys down to play. The Kings players right now are middle brother, right? They're the middle kid. They're good on their own right, but they send them down to play against little brother because they can't compete with bigger brother. And they go down and they beat the shit out of little brother and they get all confident. And then they come back up and big brother's standing there waiting for them going, okay, now you're going to play? And put them right back in their place. If you want these kids to develop to be the future of the Sacramento Kings, you leave them up and let them play against big brother every single day because that's how they're going to get better.
Yeah, but here's the problem. They're not playing every day. So they come
up. So play them.
Well, they're not playing them. I mean, so they got to play. It's not going to do them any good to sit on the bench. It's not going to do them any good to get 5 or 6 minutes at a pop. You know, play 8 to 10 minutes a game. It's not going to do them any good.
I think
so. Why not send them down? If you know that for the next 3 or 4 games, they're not going to play, send them down. Let them work on skills that they can work on that they can bring back. Not necessarily against other players, but their shot's going to be their shot. If they take 20 shots in a game, it's going to improve their shot once they come up here.
Yeah, but you know what? I think that 10 to 12 minutes in the NBA is more beneficial than 30 minutes in the D League or G League.
Not if what if they don't play at all? I mean, playing...
That's on coach then. That's not on the player. The player,
yeah, but he's been doing that since day one.
And that's the one knock I have against Jaegers. Right. He doesn't use his young guys. It's okay, I get it, but play him.
So, well, if he doesn't plan on playing him...
I'll say he's an idiot.
If he doesn't plan on playing him at the NBA level, then send him down, get him some time. It's only 1 or 2 games at a pop.
Trade him.
It's only 1 or 2 games at a pop. It's not like they're down there for weeks.
Trade him for someone else. That's what I had for basketball. Let's talk about baseball. So we talked a lot about you can practice your shot and dribbling by yourself and not get a false sense of greatness. Yeah, work harder and practice. We talked a lot about John Carlos Stanton the last 2 weeks.
Fuck him.
And we were both extremely optimistic about
that was a done deal. Here. It was a done deal.
So I have a confession to make.
Uh-oh. You were lying the whole time.
I was. As a Giants fan, if he came here, I would be up in arms and I'd be loving it and I'd be doing backflips and it'd be good. But in the back of my head, I was worried about the Giants leveraging too much to bring him here for one. When Helio Ramos and Christian Arroyo's name came up in the deal, red flags went up everywhere for me. You're giving up too much. If he gets hurt, who's going to fill in the back? Who's going to be your outfielder? Pence again? Like,
you kept saying no time,
right?
And you kept saying no time,
right?
And you kept saying no. He's going to be worth it.
He would have been worth it, but you look at it, and I look at him, and I go, like I said, in the back of my mind, the whole time I was hoping in a way that the Giants didn't get him.
This is a total backtrack. You realize that, don't you?
I'm good with it, but it's because that's because I had to have a false sense. Look at people like our buddy TJ, who has been high and mighty on everything that the Giants are doing. They're being aggressive about it. He was loving it. And now TJ's on a freaking ledge we have to talk him off of because he wants Bobby Evans fired and he wants this.
Well, I want Bobby Evans fired too.
He went from optimistic like A+ grade to F-, get rid of everybody. We need this, and whatever. I'm just my biggest concern, and the biggest concern that I have, and it looks like it may be coming true, is that the Giants were willing to leverage all of the luxury cap that they needed to bring in Stanton. And now I just get a gut feeling that money's going to be an option, or is going to be an issue again. And they're not going to go crazy to bring in the people they need to bring in. And we're willing to go broke for one person. And if that doesn't work, then we're not willing to go broke for the rest of the team. And that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, I don't know that I was really in the back of my mind. I think I made it pretty clear that, while I would love to have Stanton, I didn't think it was a great idea getting into the luxury tax and having it affect draft picks, which really is, the money's not an issue.
So I don't mind getting into luxury tax at all.
Yeah, the money is not the issue. It's the effect that it has on draft picks where the Giants farm system sucks as it is.
Right.
So they need to be able to get those draft picks. So, I was like you. I was excited about getting Stanton. I was excited about getting Ohari or whatever his name is. Otani.
Who, by the way, went to the Angels.
You fucker.
Fuck
both of them.
My mom's happy about that one.
Fuck both of them.
Oh, Mike, we're getting that to in a second, buddy. You're not going to be happy about what I'm hearing about Oakland.
Hold on, Mom. Anyway, so I made it pretty clear the whole time that I didn't like the fact that they were going to have to leverage that much of the luxury tax.
Right.
So while I would have been psyched to have him, I thought it was a done deal. There's still a lot of free agents out there. Nobody's signed. There's no major free agents have signed right now. And there's still a good crop of guys out there. JD Martinez. He's not a great defensive outfielder.
Neither is Hunter Pence, though.
No, and he can.
Neither is Denard Span.
No, so
neither is Jared Parker. I could keep going if you want me to. The Giants' outfield sucks.
Yeah, but at least Martinez is good for 35 home runs every year.
That's true.
So there's enough guys out there. There's a lot of people that have names have been mentioned. The Giants. Did you see they're backtracking on? Well, Panic and Arroyo really weren't ever included in any of the.
Yeah, I call bullshit on that one.
Yeah, I do too. But anyway, so I think there's a possibility. There's definitely a possibility of getting some good free agent players that'll meet the needs that aren't going to bankrupt you.
Well, let's talk about that then. Let's talk about what free agent players are out there because, like you said, there's a lot. There's JD Martinez. We talked about him.
Right.
The issue with him that I'm really worried about is Martinez is likely going to cost you about $250 to $300 million.
Right.
And again, that's leveraging your luxury tax on one player, not a buildup of everybody that you need. What about Mike Moustakas?
I like that.
Okay, what about Lorenzo Cain?
He's better than anything that we have right now.
Let's see here. Eric Hosmer, he's a first baseman. We don't need that. Lorenzo Cain, I just mentioned. Mike Moustakas would obviously be a third base. Jay Bruce.
I like Jay Bruce.
He's
liked Jay Bruce.
He's a free agent as well. Carlos Santana, again, is a third baseman. Eduardo Nunez is still out there. I still believe that Nunez comes back to the Giants to play third base. I don't think that was a... I think that was a move to allow him a potential playoff run. That was more like a, hey, we respect you kind of deal. There was another. Oh, what about making a trade for Andrew McCutchen?
Now that's one I really like.
Or Jackie Bradley Jr. they talked about before.
I'm not a big fan of Jackie Bradley Jr.
I'm not either. I'm just throwing out names.
But I think McCutchen would be a great pickup. He's a good clubhouse guy.
And he wants out of
Pittsburgh. And he's not going to cost you a whole lot because he's, 35 35, 34.
Something like that. What about Todd Frazier, third base?
I like Todd Frazier too. See, I like all. So these guys. I mean, if you get, so we lose Stanton, and Martinez probably. If we're gonna give up Stanton and not go after the luxury tax, then I think that kind of rules out Martinez too.
Right.
So, but if you add three guys that add 50 or 60 home runs to the mix, or 70 home runs, replace
Jared Dyson. It's another one.
Yeah. And replace, the 8 home runs that we'd be losing, I think that's a big step.
Yeah.
So I'm all right. I think they're in a good place. So, TJ, off the ledge. Things are going to be all right. No free agents have signed yet. So, there's plenty of guys out there. Now, if they don't do anything, or if they put their hat in the ring for 3 or 4 other guys and don't get them, then I'm right with you. I'm right there with you, TJ. Evans has got to go. He's just not doing it.
Oh, Evans has got to be gone a long time ago.
Yeah.
What about pitching? Do we have any need for? I mean, do you want to see them go aggressive at starting pitching? Let me just go through some of the names that are out there. Yu Darvish.
Yeah.
Jake Arrieta. I'm about 99% sure Jake Arrieta goes to Milwaukee. For some reason, Milwaukee or Cleveland has Arrieta on their radar. It might be Minnesota. Who else is out there? Otani's gone, obviously. Lance Lynn is out there. It's a thin market.
Yeah, it doesn't sound...
starting pitching.
But you don't need you got your 1 and 2 guys. Mm-hmm. Probably have.
I would love Jake Arrieta. I'll just be honest with you there.
You probably have your 4 and 5 guy. I mean, I think what you're looking for is a third starter or a 4th starter.
Yeah,
I think that's what you're looking for. And those guys that you just mentioned are great 3rd and 4th starters.
Yeah.
You're not looking for a 20-game winner with a 1.8 ERA. You're looking for somebody that can burn some innings, that can keep you in the game to get it to your bullpen. I'd like to see a little bit more bullpen help too. Middle relief.
That would be nice.
Those guys that are going to hit pitch the 6th, 7th, and 8th innings. So that's really what we need.
It starts tomorrow, right? Winter meetings start tomorrow.
Right.
Hopefully something happens. It's necessary. It's the Giants. What was that? The Giants need to do something. There's nothing that they can do. TJ says if they sign Jackie Bradley Jr., he's going to predict that Evan loses his job. TJ's asking for 30 home run season. Yeah, 130 home run guy. That would be great. I still think Brandon Belt gets close to that at some point, but it's just I'm tired of waiting.
And he's got to stay healthy. And He can't do that.
I'm okay. James says except for Jackie Bradley Jr., all those guys are at least 31, 32 years old. Kane is going to want a 5-year deal. Same with Moustakas. I'm okay with Kane or Moustakas getting a 5-year deal. Yeah. That allows Slater to get ready. That allows Helio Ramos to grow a little bit. Arroyo gives him a little bit of extra time. You keep Panda around as moral support and see what happens with him. I'm good with all of that. TJ says the Giants have billions and billions of dollars. They need to make a move to show that they're really not rebuilding. They started as they stated in the 2017 Giants, what happened special. Yeah, throw your money around. You have those condos opening up. You're not in the owner share with those. Use that extra money.
Yeah, but you got to be careful about the luxury tax. If you get too deep into it, it's going to start affecting draft picks. And
they're not going to get that deep into it.
Well, they might. If they're just throwing money around.
No, I just mean spend money.
Yeah, they got to spend money. Absolutely.
Let's just add to more of TJ's demise. Number 55 is back. And by that, I mean that the temporary retirement of number 55 for Tim Lincecum is over. Matt Moore will wear 55 next season.
Oh, the number.
Yeah. You're like, wait, Lincecum? What?
Yeah.
So there's that. I'm excited for winter meetings to start up. I'm going to lose all productivity tomorrow watching the hot stove and watching Twitter and everything like that to see if the Giants do make a move. The Marlins obviously are still going to be active.
And there's some guys on the Marlins too that are still still available.
So they just got Starlin Castro from the Yankees in the Stanton deal.
Right.
He's already on the block.
Is he really?
Yeah, Jeter's ready to move him. Yelich and who's their other outfielder? Ozuna is their other outfielder. Yeah.
I'd take either one of those guys.
There's already reports that they expect Ozuna to go to St. Louis. They're basically going to continue talks with St. Louis that was out there for him with the Stanton deal. They're going to move along with that. Evan Longoria's on the block. The Rays just made him available. Andrew McCutcheon's on the block. Like, there's going to be a lot of players moving. The Giants have been in talks with, is it Santana with the Brewers? Their outfielder. They're expecting the asking price to be high. The Brewers have made it clear that their entire outfield is available, including Ryan Braun.
Yeah, that's somebody I could take.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind taking on Braun.
Maybe he could get a hookup for flaxseed oil. So
right, him and Barry can talk a little bit. It'll be fun. I mean, it's one of the tight. Great, isn't Yelich from San Jose? I believe he is. But Stanton loves San Francisco too, and he didn't want to be here. So let's whatever.
Yeah.
It'll be cool. Let's talk about across the bay though after we do something about Tony Pacheco here. I'm gonna play his quick hit, but I'm actually gonna just go off the cuff. He sent me over a few notes that we're gonna talk about. So 2018 is here. It's essentially right around the corner. That means it's time for those 2018 models to roll in at Folsom Lake Ford. 2017s are on closeout. That's for F-150s, 250s, 350s, Mustangs, Fusions. Everything you can imagine is on the lot. They also have 2018s that are rolling in on sale already. Check them out at Folsom Lake Ford, Highway 50, the Folsom exit. Give my guy or our guy, Tony.
Underneath the flag?
Under the flag. Tony Pacheco, call 1-530-218-7069. Whether you have a trade or you're just looking to buy something new, if you're looking to buy or at lease, Tony can hook it up. If you're a college student, there's special programs. Go see him. Get yourself in a new ride for 2018 and start the year off right.
Yeah.
All right, A's fans. What if I told you that your front office and their approach at a new ballpark was one of the most poorly planned, delusionally sought after, and downright ridiculous
I say he's an idiot.
moves that your team could have made? What I mean by that is they go into an agreement. They announced Laney College as their new stadium
Which
location.
has got to be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life.
Right? So that's where it's going to be. We're going to build it. Everyone's going to love it. We're rooted in Oakland. Woo! Fucking love the A's, right? Story breaks Tuesday, I think it was, maybe Wednesday. Laney College, they've been in negotiations with the A's to build a stadium. Wouldn't that have been done prior to announcing a stadium location to build a new ballpark?
So here's what I heard. Here's the part that I heard. So,
I have more, by the way.
do you? Okay, well, maybe maybe you're going to cover it. I don't want to steal your thunder.
No, go for it.
Okay. So apparently the board of trustees for Laney College, their offices are the exact spot where the new stadium was going to go.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so at one of their board meetings, they figured that out and said, no, we don't want to move. You got to find another place for the stadium. And if it's on the campus, fine. If not, no, we're not moving our offices.
So that being said, the board of trustees for Laney College made a recommendation to the rest of the board to stop communications and discussions with the Oakland Athletics to build a new ballpark at Laney College. So, was reading a couple articles today. What's next for the A's, right? Do they go to Howard Terminal, where they should have gone in the first place to build their stadium? You would think that would be the right answer, right? But I really need to fix the delay on that. You lose the punch. Howard Terminal is pretty much off the map. Reason for that is the fiscal year budget for the city of Oakland has come out, and they are about $100 million in the red before the new business year is even going to start. What does that mean for the Oakland Athletics? they're not going to get any city contribution to build a new stadium at Howard's Terminal. Okay? Maybe they go out to the Coliseum site. Right?
That was much better.
Yeah, I planned that one. Coliseum site. Sure. The Raiders are leaving, right? We're rooted in Oakland. The Oracle's going to be gone in a couple years. Just build it right there. Problem is, they want to be downtown. They want to have the monetary impact of having a downtown stadium built to bring in more revenue. Rumor has it that the Oakland Athletics, come 2021, will no longer be a part of revenue sharing, thus losing $30 million a year from Major League Baseball to help offset the small market. You build a stadium at the Coliseum, you're not going to make an additional $30 million of revenue a year to help offset the money that you're going to be losing. Big bummer for A's fans, right? You guys are rooted in Oakland. Well, what if I told you that even an oak tree that's been rooted for hundreds of years in a city can be pulled up and replanted somewhere? Because the A's don't have options. Their ownership group has the money to build a stadium by themselves, but they're not going to do it. They want a contribution from someone else. And the other option was Santa Clara. Maybe, build something down there. The city's giving money away like candy. Not going to work. Giants have the rights to San Jose. There was talk that maybe they're going to go and try to get San Jose as like a last-ditch effort to keep them in the Bay Area. The Giants just had a lawsuit that lasted almost a year that made sure that they solidified their rights to the region of San Jose. They're not giving it up. The A's are not going to be the San Jose A's. They're not going to be the Oakland Athletics of Santa Clara, whatever the hell they're going to be like the 49ers are. So that leaves 3 potential options. And they're not in Oakland. Portland wouldn't mind having a team. Mexico City has been on the list of teams looking to possibly want to expand into Major League Baseball. I could see Sacramento putting in a bid for Major League Baseball in the city.
I don't.
No, I'm saying I could see it. They were very close to getting the Raiders. Elk Grove, I think, would be chomping at the bit to possibly build a stadium out there where they were going to put the soccer stadium that they lost out on. I have a good friend who helped secure the land for the Kings Arena who would jump on the bid to bring a baseball team to Elk Grove.
Well, there's already a stadium partially built out by Arco.
Right? I don't think the infrastructure is there anymore. I could see the A's landing there in the most. Yeah, Portland.
There's another city too that I think is a big player, and that's San Antonio.
I can see another Houston team. A's fans, you should be a little bit worried because your ownership group, they've bit the bullet, and they may have a second round in that chamber, and it's pointed at their foot, and you're about to see that rooted Oakland slogan, which is all over your city. It's everywhere in Oakland right now. It's gonna fade away. There's a big ass elephant in the room. Unfortunately, it's your mascot. And you should really keep an eye on everything right now because the Oakland Athletics aren't going to be there for very much longer.
And think about this for the city of Oakland. In a period of 3 years,
right? They're
going to lose the A's. They're going to lose the Raiders. They're going to lose the Warriors. And now they're going to lose the A's. And they're already $100 million short on their budget for next year.
Bingo.
Montreal. I could see Montreal getting a baseball team back in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Since they lost them to the Nationals. I feel bad. I feel bad for A's fans because there are a couple good A's fans left. Barnbaum's one of them. Will, who usually listens, is another one of them.
That's about it, though.
Well, yeah, and there's like 2 or 3 more, but there's not a lot of hope. And then, they go out and they basically want to throw a parade for one of the people they just signed. Oh, Yusmeiro Petit. Good job there. You just got yourself a mediocre middle reliever. You could go along with Santiago Casilla. You guys are just building a San Francisco bullpen that's not going to win you any games.
Hey, is Barnbaum still on?
Barnbaum is still
Mike,
on.
You're on. So, Mike, let me ask you a question. Let's say they move to Montreal. Do you stay a Montreal A's fan, or do you?
That's a good one.
Or do you switch to another team?
They don't even need to move to Montreal. They move anywhere outside of Oakland. If they're uprooted from Oakland, Mike, do you stay a fan?
Let's say they're uprooted from Northern California, because if they move to Sacramento,
that's true.
Barnbaum will be tatted with green and gold.
Right.
So no. So Mike, if you're on, let us know if you plan on, if they move, are you still a fan?
Yeah, Mike, you let us know about that. One more thing, baseball wise. So the Yankees obviously are going to be the powerhouse. Kilkenny, you just missed it, man. We were just talking about the A's and their options, so you're gonna have to listen to the playback later on, or you can just watch the video back. It's not looking good for A's fans. Let's see. I'm still on. I would not be a Montreal A's fan.
Oh.
You know, I give Mike credit to that, and he's consistent, because when the Kings saga was going on, he was very adamant that if the Kings were to leave, he would no longer be a Kings fan in a new city either. Mike is it's cliche, but Mike is very Sacramento proud.
Yes, he is.
Mike is rooted in Sacramento, and I don't think that oak tree can be uprooted. What's up, Josh? What's up, PK? And then those on Mixler, Ryan, TJ, Danny from Oak Park, Bellingham Niner fan, and Auntie, AUNTT. Okay, hello. Josh Tipton just joined as well. So, yeah, it's A's fans. I mean, man, you got to be careful. Was that Harbor site rejected, or was that a different one? That's Howard's Terminal. They just don't have any money to contribute, unless the A's ownership group realizes, like, shit, we need to start kicking in our own money. You're not going to see a stadium built. If the A's shift from Oakland to Sacramento, I would love that. Put the stadium in the old Arco Arena. So they're not going to be able to build a stadium in Arco Arena. If Sacramento somehow pulled it out of their ass, it would be probably in the Elk Grove area.
Yeah, they try. I don't know if
the rail yards.
I don't know if you remember, but they did try to build a stadium out by Arco Arena.
Yeah, there's a 16th of the dugouts built.
Yeah,
and the tunnel. No, Argo, the reuse in Natomas is not going to allow another sports venue out there. It's going to be offices or hospitals or, God damn it, I would love it if it was a Six Flags.
Which is too bad, because that area is built on the Kings.
Right.
I mean, there was nothing there, literally nothing there.
That's true.
And, when the King, because I had just moved to Sacramento before the Kings had gotten here. I was about a year before they came. And there literally was nothing out there. And even as late as, if you listen to Bobby Hurley talk about his accident, there was nothing out there then. And that was probably, 89?
Barnbaum says he'd be okay with Elk Grove, too.
Okay. Well, good. Thanks, Mike.
Well, I'll shoot my buddy who's involved with that, and I'll shoot him a text. Actually, he yelled at me when I was at Chipotle today. I'll send him a message next time I see him, or I'll talk to him next time I see him and let him know. But, like, hey, you know what? Barnbaum wants you to try to bring the A's up here because they're not going to be able to get a stadium built in Oakland.
Right.
I
just don't think that I don't think there's the economy to support the A's here in town.
I think there is, because one, the A's would be able to keep their $30 million in revenue kickdowns from the small market, and
I just don't think. Well, there's not the corporate sponsorship that they need. You're not.
I think there is.
You think they're gonna be able to sell 30,000 tickets every game?
Yeah, they won't build a 30,000 state ballpark. They'll build
They have to.
No, they build like a 22 to 27.
No,
yep.
That's like a basketball arena.
Yeah.
No,
they probably no. I honestly think that they could get 30,000 people into a game.
Into a game. Do you think they could do it for 81?
Yeah. Because I think if that happens, the Rivercats leave. I think they would have to leave because it's in the market. So all those baseball
They
fans,
don't have to. No, the Rivercats can stay there.
Can they? Can you have major and minor in the same area?
Why not?
Ryan says nope. Yeah, I don't know. Sacramento, obviously, they could try to get in the mix. It's not going to happen, obviously. I think Montreal or Portland would ultimately be the location for the A's, or Mexico City. So, but that would require a relocation in baseball, and that doesn't happen a lot. It doesn't happen a lot, period, in sports until this year in the NFL. But, expansion talks, they happen from time to time. Sacramento should hear in 4 days whether or not they get their MLS expansion bid, which I heard the meetings in that went fantastic.
And see, I heard just the opposite. I heard that Sacramento what was it that Sacramento was lacking? There's something they were lacking that I can't remember what it was now. But that they were probably third or fourth on the list.
Really?
So I'd love for him to be number one, but that's just a report I heard. I don't necessarily think I believe it or not, but
The other thing too that Sacramento did that no other city did is they had a big group of fans come out and support. The battalion flew out to New York and they were loud as hell out there, like they normally are.
Well, if we're gonna go on track record, Sacramento has it.
Oh yeah,
has it nailed.
I just think that Sacramento, even if they had a little bit of a blunder in the meeting, that they're so far ahead with the stadium and the corporate backing and everything that they've done that they unless their blunder was huge, they're not. I don't see them falling flat on their face. The other three cities just aren't as far along and ready to go by 2020 like the A's are, or the A's are, like the Republic is.
I know where I saw the report. It was on KCRA. Go ahead.
If you can find it, let us know. Speaking on the expansion note, Major League, the NHL has approved the opening of more expansion talks with the city of Seattle. They're going to allow the Seattle ownership group who wants to become a part of NHL to do a season ticket pledge, to do a season ticket drive to see how many that they would be able to sell. They're going to start doing some infrastructure looks at Key Arena to see if they can get them in there as a hockey team. Basically the same path that the Las Vegas Golden Knights took a couple of years ago in order for them to expand. That would be the first step toward the NBA returning to Seattle, which I think is extremely necessary. Because that city, they deserve to have their team back. They're one of the originals and they're gone. It'll be cool. I really hope to see Seattle at least get a major sport back, outside of the two that they already have, and start to branch out and try to bring basketball back to Seattle. Let's do this real quick. We're going to hear from your commercial real fast, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the NFL.
For all of your real estate needs in Sacramento area, Northern California, and across the country, give me a call, 916-223-6688. It's Greg Veroza from Keller Williams Realty. If you're out of the area, I know people all over the country that can help you out. So give me a call, 916-223-6688. Or you can go to my website, gregveroza.com.
Let's start with the Oakland Raiders.
They were pathetic today.
There's a must-win game that comes up every now and again. For the Raiders, it was this week. They needed to beat
Kansas City.
I say he's an idiot.
They needed to beat the Chiefs in order to have playoff hopes alive. They literally shit the bed today.
They did.
It was embarrassing. They almost got shut out until garbage time. They were flat on offense. They had Cooper and Crabtree back, which they haven't had in a number of weeks.
Well, Cooper didn't last very long.
No, but just the energy knowing that you're getting a full-strength team coming in, there should have been enough to muster up something. This team, they just looked bad. They didn't look like a team that could be on the verge of rebounding from a terrible start, from a terrible slump after a strong start to creep their way back into the playoffs. They just didn't look like it. And it's just...
Isn't that, though, what we expect from the Raiders? I mean, isn't that what they're good at, is choking? And I'm not trying to offend anybody, but that's what they do. They choke. Right. They when it comes time for them, they win 4 games. They win their first 4 games. When it comes time for them to really put their foot on the throat of the Western Conference or the AFC West, they shit the brick and they lose 4 games in a row, which all 4 games they should have won. they're, somebody once said they are what we thought they were, and that's what they are. They choke. There's no reason why they shouldn't have been more competitive. The first half of that game, and I watched the first half of the game, they were horrible. They had no continuity. They had no rhythm, no flow to their offense. Defense was giving up yardage like crazy. Alex Smith was picking them apart. It just wasn't a good game. They weren't, hate to say that they weren't ready to play, but they weren't ready to play. It was bad. And there's got to be some major changes because they have talent on that team. We all thought at the beginning of the season they were a 10-win team.
I had them penciled in as a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah. So it's just not something. It was bad. It was just bad. And the season's been bad. Unfortunately, I think it's going to mean some coaching changes, which, I like their coaching staff, but, they've already gotten rid of their defensive coordinator. He wasn't doing anything.
That was going to be my next question is, and I see Oscar Zepeda's on, one of our biggest Raider fans of our listenership. The offensive coordinator or the defensive coordinator, Ken Norton Jr. is already let go.
Right.
Is it safe to say that unless they come out and win these next 3 games, which are going to be extremely hard, they have another game against the Chiefs, and they have the Chargers, and they have the Broncos. Is it safe to say that if they don't limp their way into the playoffs, that Del Rio and their offensive coordinator are both gone?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you can bounce back from it.
Yeah, I don't think you can waste that kind of talent going, 8-8?
That's if they go 8-8.
Going maybe 8-8 on, just skating through and almost making the playoffs. They are a 10 or 11 win team, not an 8-8 team. They were diagramming some plays, or they were making some points during the fourth quarter when they were trying to make a comeback. And
hold on, trying to make a comeback or just trying not to be embarrassed, because there's no way they were coming back in that game.
Well, I mean, they had a shot. They were within 11.
Yeah,
they were within 11. So had they scored a touchdown, there's ways it can do it. Now we've seen worse.
Ryan says Raiders are really good at setting up their fans for a big letdown.
You're right, absolutely. Well, they here they have the ball. There's around 2 minutes left. They're driving. It's third down. And I don't know who it was. I can't remember who the announcers were. Was it Schlereth? No, Schlereth was on the Niner game. Anyway, they made a point to show that their 2 best receivers for the day were standing on the sidelines, and they had a bunch formation out there. So their Crabtree's on the sidelines. Patterson was on the sidelines, and the other receivers were out there on an important third down call. And it's just poor coach. I just don't understand. And the announcers couldn't understand either why that was happening. Why would you not have your best players out there on an important play like that? And it's stupid things like that. Yeah, I agree, Brian. It's the Raiders setting their fans up for a letdown.
Yep. Speaking of fans that aren't let down this week, 49er fans got to see another progressive.
I say he's an idiot.
He's getting a lot of use tonight. Thanks, Boach. Another game of progression from Jimmy Garoppolo. He had his first 300-yard game. He went 20 for 33 for 334 yards. He did throw his first touchdown as a 49er, and he did throw another.
Did he throw a touchdown in the first game that he played?
You're right.
I heard that too.
You did? Okay, so I
heard that.
Okay,
and I went, no. He threw one the third play. He was a Niner.
I knew for a fact that I heard that phrase in the game. That's why I went with it. Stupid.
I say he's an idiot.
But it's not you. It's a national broadcaster that doesn't have his facts right.
Dipshits.
I was going to bring that up later on too.
He did throw another interception. Again, it wasn't on him. That was just a poor route run by Trent Taylor, who unfortunately is like 3'9", and it was a little bit of a highly thrown ball that did get away from a little bit. But Carlos Hyde looked good. The 49ers, defense looked relatively decent against a team that should have just annihilated them when it came to their wide receivers. I mean, DeAndre Hopkins still did his own thing. 2 touchdowns, 149 yards. But
yeah, but Houston's devastated. I mean, they're nowhere
speaking
near.
of devastated, did you see Tom Savage, right, was their quarterback?
Right.
The hit that he took from Doomerville, I believe it was.
No, I didn't.
So he took a shot in the second quarter, and there's video of it online, and you can go find this. The camera zooms in on him as he's rolling over after getting just plowed into the ground. And by all accounts, I mean, obviously I'm not like a medical professional, but the way it looked, and I'm going to try to find it for you on Facebook because I want you to see this. It looks like he had a seizure on the field as he's trying to get up off the ground.
Oh, shit.
It was bad. Let me see if I can find it real quickly here. But the 49ers did look...
They look good. It was the first chance. I didn't get to see any of the... Oh, yeah. No, he is. That's not normal.
No, not normal at all. So...
And I think he came back after that, didn't he?
He tried.
He tried, yeah. So there was
he
some...
comes off the field. They zoom in on him. And when he's on the sideline, after he got out of the concussion protocol tent, and he starts coughing and blood's just coming out. And he's trying to hide it from his coaches like so no one sees it. There's like a timeout. He throws his helmet on and starts running out on the field. They run out and grab him. They're like, no, you're not going out there. And then they took him back in for more concussion tests, and he actually failed it. Then he tried to go on the field again, and they forced him to the locker room because he was all over the place. But
so there was a lot of blame online that they thought the coaches had sent him back in.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. But regardless, I mean, I hope he's well. I mean, that's some scary stuff. The Niners did get the win. The Browns almost had a chance for their first win of the season. They're the first team now in NFL history to start 2 seasons in a row at 0-13. I had them today to win. They had it until overtime, and then just the defense let them down. One thing before we get to our picks, we have 13 minutes left. What is the one thing that the NFL stresses week after week, season after season as their main priority?
Player safety.
Yes. Did you see the story out of Buffalo today?
No, well, I saw the game. I didn't.
Okay, so Thursday night, 2 players get carted off the field, right? Vontez Burfict and the other guy, I can't think of his name, after big hits. One of them's a lower spinal injury. The Pittsburgh player, he had spinal stabilization surgery this week. They're hoping he'll be fine.
Oh, Joe Mixon?
No. It was their wide receiver, Schleck or something.
Okay.
Anyways, 2 players get carted off the field, right? Player safety. The game in Buffalo today, there had to have been 12 to 13, 14 inches of snow on the ground at all times.
Seemed like it, yeah.
When they were running, you couldn't see their feet. Like, it was ankles and up. Like, it was crazy. Fans were sitting in the stands, and they had like 4 inches of snow piled up on them. Well, a story comes out that if a player got hurt and needed to be carted off the field in an emergency, they would not have been able to do it because there was too much snow on the ground and the carts would have got stuck.
Oh, shit.
If you're going to be a organization that talks about player safety as a priority one, and you have outdoor stadiums in New York, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Chicago, Green Bay, why are you not fitting those stadiums with, like, I don't know, one of the Bearcats or a Raptor or, some kind of Arctic cat?
Don't you think you could have they can have heated seats in a car. Don't you think they could have some kind of heating system underneath the field?
Not even that. I don't
that
care
would
about
melt
that.
snow. Yeah, but you could do it.
They could, or you go to fucking Bass Pro Shop and you go buy an Arctic cat that's designed to go through snow, sleet, and hail,
right?
Or through a fucking river, and you retrofit it with a flatbed to put a stretcher on it if you have to. There should be no situation where they go, well, I hope that no one gets hurt today. If that's the case, don't play the fucking game when there's 14 inches of snow on the ground.
Absolutely. No, I agree with you.
You know, if there's a neck injury, what are you going to do? Go tell those guys to go out there and carry him off the field? Yeah, it's stupid. Way to go, NFL. You dropped the ball on that one again. Let's do our picks. God damn. I swear to God, that shit just pisses me off sometimes.
Oh, by the way, you need to put my Atlanta pick in.
Oh, did I not put it in yet?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess you didn't make your pick for that game then.
I did.
I'm just kidding. Let's see here. How did the picks go this week? Tom Morgan came in with 11. Jaime had 10. Josh and James 9. Both of us had 8.
I had 9.
Oh, you had 9 if you had the one that you missed. So that puts you in first place, 130. Well, before tonight and tomorrow night's game, everybody has Pittsburgh. No, well, one person has. Someone took Baltimore, but that person doesn't matter. They're in last place.
James?
No, but as of right now, it'll be me and you at the top of the list.
Nice.
So there we go. Let's make next week's picks. If I can get the schedule.
All right, let's
week,
do it.
Is that week 14, right?
15.
NFL week 15. All right, Thursday night football, Broncos Colts.
Broncos.
You know what? I'm taking Indy.
Didn't you have Indy this week too?
No, I don't think so. I might have probably. Yeah, I did. Shit. Bears Lions.
Lions.
I'm gonna take Chicago. Chargers Chiefs.
Where's it at?
Kansas City.
Kansas City. I'm taking KC.
I'm taking the Chargers.
Wow,
They're on a roll, dude. There is not a better team in football right now than than the Los Angeles Chargers.
Whoops, wrong one.
What does he have to do with anything?
I'll say he's an idiot.
That's what I meant. That's the first time tonight's the first time I've ever figured out where there it is.
Here's another good one.
Monkeys never claps.
All right, calm it down.
Fucking punter.
There you go.
That's
all right. Eagles Giants. Carson Wentz, by the way, the reports are now for sure coming in that it looks like he does have a torn ACL done for the year. So Nick Foles is now the getting kind of tense. Yeah, fuck.
I'm still going Eagles.
I'm gonna take Philly also. Bengals Vikings.
Oh, Vikings. Bengals
taking
are
Minnesota.
horrible.
Ravens Browns. The battle of the old Browns.
Ravens.
Barring a large injury in tonight's game, I'm taking the Ravens also. Cardinals Redskins. What do I feel like they played today? Oh, it was the Chargers Redskins. Okay, Cardinals Redskins.
I'm going to take the Redskins.
So am I. Washington. Green Bay Carolina. I think that one's pretty much a lock.
Is that at Carolina?
It's in Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina.
There is a chance Mike McCarthy avoided the question, but Aaron Rodgers could be back next week for that game. So if Rodgers comes back, does that change your mind?
No, because that position requires too much timing, and
right.
He's going to be a little rusty.
Jets Saints.
Saints.
Taking the Saints also. Dolphins Bills.
Where's it at?
Buffalo.
Bills.
Oh, shit. Let's go for another snow game. Hopefully they get a cart by then. Texans Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Jaguars look horrible. And the Jaguars look so good. Rams Seahawks. Big game coming off a loss today to Philly.
And that's
in Seattle.
Ooh. I'm going to say Rams.
So am I. Titans come to Santa Clara to face the 49ers. Can Jimmy G make it 3 in a row? I think he does.
Yeah, I'll take Niners too.
Ooh, this is going to be a good one. Patriots Steelers.
And that's basically for the top seed in the AFC too.
Yes.
And where's it at?
Pittsburgh.
I'm going to take the Steelers.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and take New England. I'm just going to keep that one different. Cowboys Raiders in Oakland. It's the Monday night or the Sunday night game. Cowboys have been rolling lately.
Yeah, I'll take Cowboys.
I'm taking the Raiders. Cowboys have been playing great football, but they're going to lose. Falcons, who look terrible on Thursday night football, get an extra day. They play the Buccaneers in Tampa on Monday night.
Falcons.
Yeah, I'm taking Atlanta also. So there's your picks. There. Oh, you know what? I fucked that up.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm not here to get back in the presidential race. But you never know. I could be swayed. America needs me. Okay, now it's time for the most luxurious, amazing, incredible picks in the world. Mine. I'll take the Ravens to top the Bengals, even though that doesn't make sense because cats eat birds. I'll also take the Rams to beat the Seahawks.
Every time.
But
that line
really
gets me.
My upset pick is the Eagles to beat the Giants, and my wild card is the Bills to sink the Dolphins.
All right, boys, you heard his picks. Now it's your turn. Greg B, who you got?
I say he's an idiot.
All right,
I
so
say he's an idiot.
first game, Indianapolis travel. Just kidding. All right, let's do.
This is stupid. I want to talk about vaginas.
See if we have anything left. Any quick hitters? I don't think we're gonna have an after hours tonight.
Nah.
Oh, last thing. I didn't even talk about this. So 5 minutes. Back to baseball. So we talked about the Yankees. They're obviously stacked up. They have Aaron Judge and they have Giancarlo Stanton in there.
They are going to set an all-time record for most strikeouts.
Oh my
in a
God,
game.
they're gonna have 500
No kidding.
between two guys. But anyways, Bash Brothers 2.0, right?
Right.
They're gonna go crazy. Next year, there's one big name that's been linked to New York for the last 3 or 4 years. He's also linked to the Dodgers. Big free agent, Bryce Harper.
Ooh.
Everyone said when that trade went down for Stanton that Bryce Harper now is the loser of the deal because that rules him out from going to New York. Scott Boras came out today and basically said, don't rule it out. It could still happen. The Yankees are willing to pay it. Hank can do whatever the hell he wants, blah, 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 blah. Do you think that there's a possibility that the Yankees break the bank, go out and get Bryce Harper, and their 2-3-4 or 3-4-5 hitter goes Judge, Stanton, Harper?
Shit. They could. I mean, if anybody can do it, it's the Yankees. And there's been times where they've had that kind of lineup, back in the day.
Wouldn't that be just fucking crazy?
Oh, man.
And then I got an impromptu bingo or bullshit for you. Regardless of where he signs, if money is not an option, is Bryce Harper going to be the first $500 million
Yes.
player?
Yes.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Stanton got $350. I think Kershaw's going to push the 400 envelope this offseason or next offseason or maybe even during the season. Harper is going to be the first $500 million player.
So
And it's going to be like a 15-year deal because what is he? He's like 24, right?
He's young. So let me ask you, what do you think the chances are of Bryce Harper landing in San Francisco?
Not with a $500 million contract.
Why not?
I don't think it happens.
Over 15 years? That's better than what they were thinking about. Well, it's not really. It's more money. But, if they're willing to give Stanton that much money, Harper, it solidifies their attendance. Their attendance will be sold out every game.
He was born in 90 freaking 2.
So he's 25.
Jesus. That's insane, dude. Can you imagine if they give him...
But I think he's the best player in baseball by far. And if anybody, nobody's worth that money. Nobody's worth that kind of... Hell, nobody's
You
worth...
could buy a baseball team for...
You could buy the Kings for that much money. He's not worth it. He's going to get it. Somebody's going to pay it to him.
How many Yankees or Dodgers? Or the Cubs?
There's a chance. He's from the West Coast. He's from Vegas.
So you're saying there's a chance.
There's always a chance.
All right, well, let's wrap this up. For everyone listening on Facebook Live, the 5 or 6 of you that are still on with Mixler, thank you very much for tuning into the live episode of 228. Remember, if you missed it, you can always go back to the Facebook Live playback. If you want to hear the show again in its entirety, we are on the Wildfire Radio Network. We air Tuesdays at 3 Eastern, 12 Pacific. You just got to get the app or go to their website, wildfireradio.com. It'll autoplay if you click on one of the live feeds, and you'll see us there. And there's a chat box. You can interact with the folks out in Philly, and we will be back next week. So for Greg Veroza, I'm Greg Bowl. This was episode 228.
Good night, Larry.
This is stupid. I want to talk about vaginas. Brock Lesnar.